Morning. You like my Tom Brady? Yeah, that's what cardigans are called these days. Did you know that? I made that up, but I wanted people to find a different name because I do know this. When you get older, a cardigan sweater is awesome, but it's probably got a bad reputation. I mean, Mr. Rogers wears a cardigan. Someday Tom Brady will, so I just say, hey, buddy, let's just name him after you, and that way I won't feel so bad putting one on in the morning. So there you go. To Tom Brady and to you. How you doing this morning? you know, um, I did a post, 20 harsh things I learned in my 20s, which is true. I learned them in my 20s. I didn't stop doing them, though. And one of them is complaining. Now, I don't universally complain, but every once in a while you'll just fall into a funk. And there's two ways I can go with this. I think I will talk about emotions today. Tomorrow I'll talk about the hazards of complaining, perhaps. Today I just want to talk about emotions. Emotions are lovely. Without emotions, you're not really capable of living. Now you can, expend carbon dioxide, you can, procreate, all that other stuff, right? But without emotions, it's just data, isn't it? Temperature, 68. Day length, date, star date, right? All of that other stuff. It is the emotions that make you go, wow, it's a beautiful morning. You can describe the conditions. Anybody can do that. Only you can make it a beautiful morning from the emotions. So you have to have them. They are what makes life life. But you should never let them drive. Emotions should sit right there in the passenger seat. Don't let them get behind the wheel. They are the ones who are talking about how spectacular the day is, or look out, or they're worried, and those emotions will drive you crazy. I'm sure this has happened to you. You've got up in the morning certain that you will be bankrupt. You've looked at your financials, you've decided, you've looked at the economy, we're ruined. We are ruined. And then by later that night, you say, we're going to be great. Things are going to be fine. And nothing changed in that whole day except your emotions. Our kids are going to be in prison or Nobel Prize laureates, depending on your emotions in the time of the day. So they are absolutely essential, but they are terrible, terrible leaders. And so what that means is that when you find emotions slipping behind the wheel, and they do, get them out of there. Pull the car over, out, back seat, side seat, sit. And then you can drive the car. Yeah. The things that you have done, you think about that, the mistakes that you have made, the stupid things you have done, haven't they all been driven by emotions? Hot anger, envy, jealousy, you name it. Emotions drove that stupid decision. That's why I like this. Because before the day cranks up and the emotions start to get juiced, I like to just sit and write down 3 things I'm grateful for in the last 24 hours. A man reached out to me from Houston. He's going to be coming to town. asked if maybe I could take him around and see the sights. Why not? Love to do it. Having lunch today with a man who says, I'm thinking my company could use some stories. What would that look like? Interesting. Possible. Yesterday, I ran into a fellow who was interested in one of my crime novels, especially the one dealing with motorcycle gangs. Well, he worked for Harley Davidson, so I think he's got some inside intel. So I want him to read the book, and hopefully he will justify all the research I did, but we'll find out. And I'm just grateful for the conversations I had yesterday and the ones I'm looking forward to today. Like I said, there's going to be about 5 people you talk to today with meaningful conversations. And what you're trying to do is listen and give confidence or encouragement to them. And who knows where God will take that. So we have a path laid out today. God has already prepared it. We get up, we get a little fuel for the journey, and then we go into our day. Today, I'm going with a cup of coffee and a Tom Brady. What are you going with? If you like this, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends. Tell the people you'd like to be friends with. Watch this video. And have a great day. God bless.